What's up, everybody? Welcome to Superpower Review, the show that brings you news and reviews on comic book things. I'm your host, Ken Rudinha. We have another exciting show today. Today's a little bit different. Today is another edition of Collector's Showcase. If you have not watched the first episode we did on Collector's Showcase, it features Steve Klein, who shows off his Batcave and all his numerous amazing Batman stuff. Today's guest is Paul Schwarber, and he's going to show us his vast amount of original artwork that he has in his collection. So I'm super excited and want to welcome Paul Schwarber onto the show. What's up, Paul?
Not much. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing very, very good. I love these Collector Showcase shows because I just love to see what other people have in their collection. And I know you have a bunch of original artwork from comic book artists.
Yeah, I have my fair share amount, I'd say.
That's watering it down, fair share. So, Paul, let's begin with one of your first pieces that you would like to show off today.
Well, you know, us both being part of the Comic Book Fiend Club, I figured I'd show off the original cover art from the comic book that we had done by Miles Murat.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't get a copy though. I think that was a little bit before my time.
Yeah, you were too new into the club at that point, but
yeah,
it was an interesting process that we went through to get that, and we're pretty happy about that one.
We should do more of those, I think, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little switch up on the design or something for the new people.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Now, here's another one, if you're ready for the next one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, I think you're going to like this one a lot.
Yay! Something Venom related, yay!
That would be a Venom painting by Tony Moore.
Love Tony Moore.
Of Walking Dead fame. It's the second painting that he's ever done.
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
First one was a Joker one, and then he did this one the following year at the convention we used to run, that I used to work at with him. And he decided to try painting, and I think he did a pretty decent job on it.
That one kind of like reminds me of like a, it's like a cross between Venom and Violator from Spawn a little bit, no?
Yeah. It's kind of his look, though. If you look at the Venoms that he did when he drew Venom, you know, because this was the one that was leading up to the Agent Venom, which he drew initially.
Right.
Yeah. Then going on with the theme of showing people from Comic Book Fiend Club fan members.
Yeah.
I think
cool.
Chala would like that one.
Yeah, he would love that one because he loves anything Black Panther, of course.
Yeah.
Now, who's that by?
It's by Joe Sinnott. He's the original inker for Black Panther.
Yep. It gets harder and harder every day to get something by him.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I have 2 or 3 pieces by him myself.
But I believe the... I don't remember what con it was, but it's very recent. They had to cancel him due to illness, and he was sick and not feeling up to it. So, you know, when you have some of these older comic book artists like Joe Sinnott, you really have to. Now's the time to get him while you can, because there won't be another chance. I actually got to meet Joe. I didn't get anything from him because during Rhode Island Comic Con, he was not doing sketches at the time. He was just autographing stuff, but that's a really cool piece.
Yeah. Now, as anyone who's looked at my Instagram feed would know, I have a ton of Batman, but this is one of them that I think is pretty special. You get the Kelly Jones original Batman with I like the elongated ears. And
yeah, I like it too.
On
yeah.
him.
That's pretty cool.
And I think you've kind of noticed I'm going through a theme here of representing a lot of our comic book fiend brothers here with my choices. Like next one is by one of your guys' favorites, Mike Zeck.
I love Mike Zeck.
Captain America.
That is awesome. Now, when you get these art pieces, you always get these at cons?
No. I do have a few people on like eBay that I trust.
Okay.
And then I also have contacts with different art representatives, and I do have a pretty nice group of people that I talk to, of artists that I talk to. If I just want to get something from them, I'll email them or call them up and be like, "Hey, do you have this?
Yeah,
I have
right.
money for you." And
I have money. Please give me something.
Yeah. I just got this piece last year.
That's
It's
cool.
little Adam Hughes Catwoman, Selena
awesome.
Kyle. I mean,
A lot of these artists who, especially when they do at cons, when they give out pieces, they want to do something kind of on the, simple side, but something that looks really good. Like most of the art we've seen already that you showed, other besides Tony Moore's Venom, it's all just black and white. They try to be as quick as possible. They want to try to keep the fans pleased.
Yeah. Well, and truthfully, I kind of prefer black and white over a lot of detailed color because I don't know. It's just something I get into that I really like. Now, here's a piece that I got from a art dealer from Anthony's Comics. It's drawn by Steve Totleben, the guy who invented Constantine along with Alan Moore.
Yep.
It's
wow. Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in it. I'm not sure how good my camera is on
It's
picking
good.
it up.
No,
but
I can see that perfectly.
yeah, this one never comes out of the plastic bag, and as soon as I'm done with it, it goes back in my safe.
Back in the safe portfolio.
No. I have a safe that I keep some of the higher dollar pieces in.
You can email me that code anytime you want, Paul.
Now, I chose this. I got this one out because it's actually by one of my favorite. He now works for Aftershock Comics. So his name's Mike Ruth.
Okay.
I probably got 300 or 400 sketch covers by him alone.
Wow.
Because, but I just thought the Superman racing Flash is, pretty good pick.
So much art.
Yeah. Here, and then here, I think this is something that everyone's going to like, considering your last show you did.
Yep. Off of,
Little George Perez Thanos.
Yep. I just saw Joe Perez do a sketch similar to to that one that you're holding in your hands on YouTube.
Yeah, I love the way that he does stuff at conventions and stuff, because you'll stand in line, and then after you get your thing drawn by him, he'll give you a ticket, and you come back 2 hours later and you don't have to stand in line to get another piece drawn by him. So that's always nice.
Yeah, he was even saying in the video, he's talking to the guy who's recording the video of him, and he was just saying the guy made a comment like, "Oh, you're so fast." He goes, "Oh, I got to keep it quick. I don't like to keep these people waiting," or something like that.
And he'll stay there until till they kick him out.
Yeah.
Like he is the first person on the floor, and then he's the last one off the floor.
Yeah.
And he's drawn the entire time.
I love the artists who are so passionate, and they really appreciate the love and the support that they get there from their fans, and they just want to try to make everybody happy.
I totally agree, because there's some artists will just show up and they'll just have certain signing hours, and if you want to buy something, it's going to be from their book, their portfolio, and those are $1,000, $2,000 pieces, and some people just can only afford a $40 or $50 sketch.
Yeah,
if,
right.
If that.
If that, yeah. I love that piece.
That's one of my favorite pieces.
Yeah.
A Dead Man.
That's awesome.
From Neal Adams.
It's the whole thing, the whole piece in itself is amazing. But the thing that catches my eye about this piece is his hands.
Yeah.
Hands are incredibly hard to draw, and those hands are perfect. I love just the black and white, the composition, the contrast on that piece. It's really good. I bet Shane drools all over that one from the club. Shane Griffin from the Comic Book Fiend Club. He's a huge Dead Man fan. I'm sure he drools all over that.
Oh yeah, that's why I picked this one out.
We hope he's watching.
Yeah, I pulled out a lot of stuff that I knew that the guys in the club would like. Here's one of my babies. Because I got it a couple days after he passed away.
Wow, Len Wein, right?
Huh?
Who's that from?
No, Herb Trimp.
Oh, Herb Trimp. Okay. I thought we were talking about Len Wein here, but I know Len Wein was a writer. I was like,
No, I got this right before Mr. Trimp passed away, and
wow. And is that all? Is that inked on?
It's just a Sharpie, I think.
Oh, it's just Sharpie. Okay. Some artists use the Sharpies. Some of them use the brush with the ink. I know Copics is the big thing now that people are using with these sketches, but some of the classic guys, like the old school guys, still use just brush and ink. But that one was amazing. So far, my favorites so far have been that Dead Man, and I really like that one. That one's really cool.
Yeah. Now, also in my collection, I do like to get original printed art.
Yeah.
So this is a page from Fear Agent, which is actually being filmed right now, or getting ready to be filmed.
Yeah. As
a movie, drawn by Tony Moore, and then it's autographed by the inker, Andy Parks, and then Mike Hawthorne, who did the layouts, and then Rick Remender, who wrote the book. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see all the details that they put in.
Yeah, I can see
an individual page.
You can, as soon as you pull that up, you can know who it is right away. It's just that distinct style. You know it's Tony Moore right away.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was going from issue 6 to 7 of Walking Dead. You could tell a difference. But, I'm a big Charlie Adler fan too. So.
Yeah, right. So many pieces, so much artwork. How do you do it, sir?
Then I do my best. Then a piece from Infinite Crisis under the DC label by Tom Rainey. I like this one because it's got, I don't know if you see it up here real well, but the Batman Vampire.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
It's the first appearance of Batman as a vampire. It's kind of the first kind of Elseworlds book that came out, but it's not labeled as an Elseworlds. It's before they made the label.
Wow.
Here's one that a lot of people really like. Nice and simple.
Yeah, that is super simple. Simple and to the point. That's Bob Kane?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Bob Kane.
Oh,
1993.
I just saw that signature. Oh my word.
Yeah. I wish it was Bill Finger, the guy who really drew Batman, but Bob Kane, you got to give him some props. He did create a really nice monster in Batman, and I love him.
Yeah. So did you get to meet Bob Kane when you got that sketch?
When I got this sketch, it was at a comic book store in Lexington, Kentucky. He and Stan Lee were doing a dual signing together.
Wow.
And I was the only one in the store.
Well, you lucked out then.
Yeah, because
that sounds like a field day.
Yeah, in 93, so that was almost 30 years ago. Comic conventions were not the big thing to do. Then store signings were nearly nothing. Now, this piece here was done by Martin Nodell, one of the co-creators of Green Lantern. So
Oh, that's cool.
that's the first lantern.
Yeah.
That's how he designed it.
And that's on a
That
comic
would
book
be
cover?
yeah. It's on a sketch cover.
Yeah.
It's a shiny cover because it's on the Infinite or 0 Hour, part of Crisis in Time. But he created Alan Scott, so I mean, I like Green Lantern too. Now this piece, it's the first sketch cover according to many sites ever produced. It was it's Gen 13. It's a sketch by a gentleman named Jim Lee. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's kind of known for drawing comics.
I've been watching a lot of Jim Lee doing his drawing on YouTube. Well, he does it on Twitch, but someone takes those videos and puts them on YouTube. And Jim Lee has been a huge help because I've been drawing recently again. I've been having a lot of fun with that, and I could use a few pointers. So I love watching Jim Lee do his drawings. He's a huge inspiration, and Jim Lee is absolutely huge, especially when it came into the 90s. But you can't say anything bad about Jim Lee's art. His art is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely solid. Speaking of your art.
Oh no. Yes, that is one of my pieces that I did. I sketched that out. I specifically made that for Paul Schwarber. That is Red Sun Batman.
Yeah, that will be this month. It'll be posted on like the 23rd, I think. Whatever the letter V lands on.
It's been really fun to be drawing again, and like I said, watching Jim Lee has been a huge inspiration. I try to pick up a few ideas, but it's been a lot of fun drawing. I've been trying to stay as loose as possibly as I can, but I've been having so much fun doing some drawings for you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, I enjoy it. I mean,
thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyone who gives you any who doesn't like your art is crazy, because I mean, I like it. I wouldn't post it on my Instagram feed if I didn't like it, even and it's getting more likes than I thought it would.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You and me both, my friend. You and me both.
Yeah. I thought I was going to lose about 1,000 followers that day, but I actually gained a couple for some reason.
Thank you. You're too kind.
Here's another fan favorite drawing by the originator, Bruce Timm's
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. And that's from the artist from the animated series?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's the person who first drew her.
Yeah.
First, he's listed as one of her co-creators.
As he should.
Yeah.
Because Harley Quinn started in the animated series and not the comic books.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was. Then, of course, I have to have my Rick Grimes by Tony Moore.
Wow.
He went with the older version of him, the one that's in the comic books now.
Yeah.
I have a bigger sketch of him without it, but it's bigger than the Fantastic Four piece that's on my wall behind me, so
I see.
I didn't feel like holding it up. Plus, it's bolted to a wall. Now, next one is the pencil drawing. But anyone who knows anything about art will know that Mr. Ross.
Oh boy.
Can do some pretty impressive stuff. It's by Alex Ross.
That is amazing.
Now, of course, he didn't create the Shadow, but I think he did. I think he did the Shadow pretty good justice on that piece.
Yeah, he did. That's all pencil, and that looks so real. That looks so amazing. That looks like a black and white photo.
Yeah. Believe me, I wasn't sure about it because I had paid so much for it. Then when it came in, I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. So I don't know if you can see, but in this, there's his brim's not fully done there.
Yeah.
Because I actually took a pencil eraser and I took a little bit of the pencil mark off just to make sure that I wasn't getting
a print
bamboozled on it.
Yeah, right.
Another piece of Mr. Prez is one of his creations. You know, he's the creator of Cyborg, so
I did not know that. I learned something new today, kids.
Then when these two pieces kind of go together, because when I was in contact with Mr. Trimp about getting the that earlier Wolverine piece, I'd said, well, of course I said I wanted one of Batman because I'm a huge Batman collector.
Yeah.
Then I said I want one of the Hulk, and I said I also do your favorite Hulk villain because he was on Hulk, drawing Hulk for a long time.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So he did Abomination is actually his favorite. Not even a character that he created, but he was like, Abomination was his favorite one to draw.
Yeah, those are great. Those are awesome. I like the Hulk one the best.
Yeah. Well, because this version of Abomination is not the ones that you see nowadays in the comics. It's the older version.
Now let me ask you something. Who is one of your favorite artists? Top favorite. Number one.
Man, that's hard. I mean, it's easy to say Tony Moore, but I know him, so it's like getting a piece from him is like easy. Well, I wouldn't say it's easy. I'm really liking the stuff right now that's like Jason Fabok's doing.
Yeah, he's amazing.
The piece that I have from him is it's a double page spread, and it was even too big for my wall back there, so I couldn't really show that off. And it's all framed and stuff with the comic book that came in.
So would you say Tony Moore would be your top favorite?
Yeah, I like it because he can do something simple like that, like the Rick Grimes
sketch cover, yeah.
Sketch cover, and then turn around and
do something like that.
Do something like that with Deadpool and Harley.
Right.
You know.
Now, since Tony Moore is one of your favorites, your top favorite, do you have more stuff from Tony Moore than anybody else in your collection?
Well, no, I have a lot of Scotty Young.
Yeah.
I have a lot of. I don't have any of his baby stuff. I have more of his contemporary stuff that like he really got in, like the way that he draws, like when he when he did Wizard of Oz stuff and the I Hate Fairyland stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to use the other what he calls it.
Yeah, right.
If you're familiar with that book. But you know, I like some of the raw kind of stuff. You know, where it's like passionate. You know, where you can just tell that they're just slinging ink and it just, you know, abstract kind of looking stuff. You know, like actually like this piece like Jason Latour did of Earl Tubbs from Southern Bastards. It's a book by Image.
Oh, cool.
You know, it's just raw. I mean,
yeah.
You know, like who are your favorite artists?
Oh, I have a lot actually. I would have to go. My top favorite, as you know, and everybody knows, is probably Todd. Can't go wrong with Todd McFarlane. I love Mike Zeck. You can't go wrong, like what you said, with Jason Fabok. I love what he's doing. Jason Fabok's Batman is absolutely amazing. Jim Lee is so inspirational, and you got people like Tony Moore. But I think all of those would have to be my top favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love Jim Lee's stuff. I just can't afford Jim Lee's stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah, exactly. And I've been seeing a lot of his new pieces that he's been auctioning off. Like I saw like this really awesome Wolverine one that he did, and it's just crazy. While he's doing his Twitch videos, people are actually, I believe, are auctioning off of what he's drawing like in real time.
No, he gives them away.
Oh, he gives them away.
Yeah. I watch it from time to time, and if he chooses, he'll have a bunch of people say, who he wants them to draw, and then from the group of people who said, well, I want you to draw Batman, and then he'll take from the probably 2,000 people who asked him to draw Batman that day.
Yeah.
And choose one of them. I don't think it's anything special like they do on those fake comic book raffles, but I think he just says, hey, Paul, you just won this. DM me your address.
I wish. That would be a day come true. But Paul, unfortunately, our time is up, which is sad. If anybody who watched today's episode wants to see more artwork that you have, how can they follow you on Instagram?
Go by my Instagram name is Norse MGR, which stands for Norse Manager. And I'm just listed as Paul the Cripple from Kentucky. That's my name. I do some. It's also on Twitter that way, but most of my Twitter stuff is just links to my Instagram stuff.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today. I loved seeing all of your original artwork that you have. It's absolutely amazing. I would cherish it as long as you can. And if you guys want to be like my friend Paul Schwarber, if you have a collection that you would like to show off, you can email the show at superpowerreview9@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to your emails. And that's going to do it for today. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Peace, guys. Thanks.